What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in here, man? Theo Butler. Yeah, we in here. Yeah, we in here, and yeah. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. It could have been better. It could have been better. Could have been better. But it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I ain't see nobody get deleted unnecessarily. I ain't see that. I ain't see that. I got to see my brother do some stuff. I did. Shout out to Edie Gathigi. Got to see him do some stuff. It's just, I done seen some folks play Lex Luthor. I don't want to. What's going on? Come on, yo. What going on? What going on? Yeah, we back. We back. We went. We saw. We understand. So we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about the Rock With Me Nation. Well, yeah. James Gunn, Superman, not bad. Like I said, not bad. Could it have been better? Yeah. But I'm a comic book fan, so I see the big kaiju. I start thinking about recent DC comics and everything like that. The Justice League versus Godzilla and King Kong. Let me not forget about Kong. The Justice League versus Godzilla and Kong. What are they? Second time around now? Not bad. The Ultraman reveal was disappointing, but when you know going in who it is, who it's gonna be, why do we use the name Ultraman? We ain't have to do that. Nathan Fillion. What's going on, Flash by Night? Nathan Fillion. That's Guy Gardner. I could have did without the fake. Because Guy Gardner ain't always wore his haircut like that, his hair like that. So I could have just really did with Nathan Fillion, dyeing his hair. I really didn't need that. And this be being technical. You playing Guy Gardner, not the rookie. Theo, what you saying? I ain't never seen Guy look like, I ain't never seen Guy with a dad bod. That's all I'm saying. I ain't never seen Guy Gardner with no dad bod. That's all. Cara being tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. If you know the character Cara Zor-El, she's problematic. They don't know what they want to do with her. Is she the younger version of Clark? Is she the female version of Clark? Is she the blonde version of Clark? Is she the sexy female? They don't know what they want to do with her. So I guess, crypto being crypto, understood what my brother was talking about when he saw the flag get raised and everything like that. Yes, if you're a Marine, that's going to touch you. That's going to move you and everything like that. Yeah, like I said, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. And when I say not bad, what I mean is there's positive room for growth, right? For this to be the first installment in the James Gunn franchise. I know some of us would probably look at the Suicide Squad movie and everything like that. Superman, not bad. Wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Let me see here. Nate fought for the Nate fought for the. Yeah, he did, and I just wished he would have. Because he couldn't cut his hair like that because he's doing the rookie, right? And I get that. But, we know Guy has had more than that hairstyle. Is it the iconic hairstyle? Yes. But could you have just dyed your hair? Because he nailed the attitude. He nailed the attitude. So I don't, here we go. I like this one right here. Here we go. Stay with me. If I can look at Denzel Washington and see Malcolm X, and I can look at Chadwick Boseman and see Well, I'm just gonna go for the obvious. Thurgood Marshall. Like, if I can look at Chadwick Boseman and still get Thurgood Marshall, he didn't need that. He didn't need that. He still that's it right there. But not a bad movie. Like I said, my brother Dara, we probably would have preferred the Hammer of Moravia to be a rocket red. Probably. Let me get here. They lean hard into Kara and the Women of Tomorrow team. They basically laid out issue 1 line for line. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here for it. I'm here for it and everything like that. Like I said, yeah, there wasn't. It was a comic book movie. I don't know what to say. Like, you paying homage to the comic book. I'm a comic book fan. That I can't ask you to do no more than that. Now, if you went to go see a superhero movie, you got a superhero movie. Let me say that one more time. If you went to go see a superhero movie, you got a superhero movie. A film can be successful if you stick to the bones of the source material. Yeah. Dara gave it a 6 out of 10. I think my brother Flash by Night gave it a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I can see the 7. I'm at a 7. I'm far from an 8. I want to make sure I say that. I'm far from an 8. Like, I'm barely past 7. I'm barely past 7. But I'm barely past 7 in a good way. So, congratulations, I guess, in order. I think everybody did what they were supposed to do. Exactly, a comic book movie. What's going on, Big Sam? I think everybody did what they were supposed to do. Going back to the portrayal of Lex Luthor, Lord Jesus have mercy. Like we've, I'm old enough to have seen different people play Lex Luthor. and to me, damn. Like, damn, I'm sitting up here like, you ain't hear him? All he did was put the coffee mug over his mouth, and you talking about what you say? You heard it. Start acting like you ain't got super damn hearing. So, 1A. I haven't seen the movie. It might be a 6. What up, Mr. Steele? What's going on? What's going on, Ronnie? Yeah. I'll give a little bit of away. But by and large, I don't want to be one of those people that say that, but the longer you wait to go see the movie, you'll have seen the movie based on how many people putting videos out. Because they're going to have video footage from the actual movie. You will have seen the movie by then. So it's up to you. But like I said, if you went to go see a comic book movie, you saw, if you went to go see a comic book movie, as a comic book fan, you saw a comic book movie as a comic book fan that had room for improvement. See where I'm at with it? See where I'm at with it? I'm the biggest hater, Lex. Yeah, man, hey. That's like, I don't be wanting to say that's the best Lex I've ever seen. Because I'm like, I done seen a few of them. I done seen a few. I have, but he could play Lex right now, from now to the time he get tired. Yeah, he is Lex as Robert Downey Jr. was the Tony. That's Lex Luthor right there. We ain't gotta go nowhere else. Hey James, you better lock him in. What's going on? People, especially on TikTok, definitely went in, recording, posted, saying, yeah, we'll see it Wednesday. You're going to like it. You're gonna like it. Now, you going in as a comic book fan, so I expect any complaints you have are going to be comic book complaints. Maybe you can help me, Theo. People are now itching Cal being in the league. Okay, so Really 1970 don't ring a bell. So people pretend that comics was never political. All right, so a shooter is always that person. I think a shooter is either the younger version of me, or that's my younger brother, and we just don't know it. Mr. Terrific 9 to 10 to see a black superhero on screen, being himself, then someone taking attitude with it too. Confident, if you will. I love that. I love that. But a shooter did ask a question. I came prepared with said question. So no, we just can't do the movie review without having some classwork. Yeah. Because folks take stuff for granted. They do. And I try not to be that person that takes stuff for granted, because, over here with the Rock With Me Nation, we believe in being factual. It ain't about being right. It ain't about being wrong. It's about being factual. And to a shooter's point, folks are up in their tithers about this movie. As I said, if you went as a comic book fan to go see a comic book movie, you got a comic book movie. If you went as a general audience member, which means you're subject to be going for a plethora of reasons, well, as I was told when I was a kid, a hurt dog will holler. But let's do this real quick. And first of all, I want to thank y'all so much for pulling up and everything like that. You did not have to. You could have been anywhere else. It is Sunday. Right. Make sure I keep up with these notes. Maybe a review during Friday vibing. Yeah, absolutely. Sound like a plan. We're gonna link up. So let's go from DC over to Marvel real quick. And there's this thing going on in regards to why the X-Men were created, right? And some of us say that the X-Men are an analogy, right, for the civil rights era. That's what some of us say, right? I want to give us some information and want us to step back and think about some stuff. And then we're going to go back to DC and talk about Superman real quick. But the X-Men, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Stan Lee was born, his parents were Romanian born Jewish immigrants. That word is what's pissing people off. But I'm going somewhere with this. That word, because you're going to hear me use that word quite a few times. I'm not trying to. It's just right there. Even when you look at people's bios, the word immigrant is sitting right there. Jack Kirby, his parents were Australian Jewish immigrants. That's in their bio. But Theo, what are you saying? Well, we could say that the X-Men were basically examples of the civil rights era, but I could say that the X-Men represented Jewish people during the Holocaust. I could, based on that. What is Eric Lenshear himself? He's Jewish. So let's go on over here to Superman. His creators, it's in their bio. And as Kamoyo said, please hit the likes if you don't mind. Please, if you could. Jerry Siegel. His parents were Lithuanian Jewish immigrants. They arrived in New York in 1900. Joel Shuster, the co-creator of Superman, his father was an immigrant from Rotterdam. His mother came from Kiev, Russia. Now we call it Ukraine. Every last one of these gentlemen are immigrants. stand over here with Mr. Jerry Siegel and Joel Schuster. They're immigrants. And the most popular, arguably the most popular character across the world is an immigrant. Stay right here. They also created Lex Luthor. With Clark Kal-El being created in America, Americans assumed he represented white people. Just like I said, I could make an argument that the X-Men represented the Jewish community. I could make an argument that Kal-El represented the Jewish community. Stay right there. Not everybody white is a racist, just like not everybody white is Jewish. And if we know anything about world history, specifically World War II, if we're going off of what Blumenbach and Lieberman said, two white dudes from Germany, that was white on white crime. Both demographics, because they didn't break it down by race. No, they didn't. No, they broke that thing down by ethnicity. And the Germans, white Germans, those who identified with them, told the white Jewish people, you're not white. Or as Kendrick Lamar rapped about last year, they not like us. Well, when I look at Clark Kent, Kal-El, leaving Krypton, and I know who created him, I don't necessarily think they created him as a white superhero. I don't necessarily believe they created him to be the white savior, especially when you consider the first Superman was green. And that Superman was supposed to rule the earth, and they said, no, let's do something different. Gave us an immigrant. Because their parents were immigrants. But now, if you like Superman, see, this is where the problem comes in. If you like Superman, you're not supposed to have a problem with immigrants. That's where the problem comes in at. That's how people got in their feelings. If you are a fan of Superman, you're not supposed to have an issue with immigrants. But we do know these same two dudes that created Superman also created Lex Luthor. And why does he not like Kal-El? The character I just want folks to know the character was 38 years old when I came into the world. So this ain't got nothing to do with me. This ain't got a damn thing to do with me. Matter of fact, let me do this right here. Let me see. Because they created Cal. Let me see something here. Let me see something here. Let me see something. Give me 1 second here. Comodio would already look this up if I'd asked him to, but you know. Let me see here. Lex Luthor. Quick facts. When was Lex created? Wow. Lex was created in 1940. That would have been 28 years before I was born. Oh, let's see here. Wait, expound on this green and Superman with evil parent. Never heard. Yeah, man, it's right. He right there. He sit right there. That was the first shot. Superman was first green and bald headed. Looked more like John Jones than a little bit. Superman was taking out rich people and beating abusive husbands. Shaolin Joe, what's going on? Lex is based on the design of the of reign of Superman before the comic in 1938. That is the name of the book that you're referring. Yeah. So Cal has always been an immigrant. Now, I understand folks easily identify with Cal because of his skin complexion, no different than I would identify with Jon Stewart, no differently than I identified with the character that John Jones started transforming into it later, because it wasn't a black person. It wasn't a black person. Y'all, we don't need that. We don't. I know, I get it, understand. Every time y'all do a live adaptation, John came in playing a white person. Yeah, it was a white detective. So I don't, that fake stuff, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Give me another Martian. You gave us Megan, McGann, whatever. Give me another Martian. It ain't got to be John. Damn. Stop. But anyway, so Cal is an immigrant. But let's be clear. The only people that aren't immigrants when it comes to this country are the Native Americans and us. Yeah. One was born here. Another one was brought here against their will. That's it. Everybody else is an immigrant. America ain't your country based on, see where I'm going with this one? America is not a white person's country based on the man-made structure that is race. It's not. It's Europe. That's where you from. This ain't your country. You can't set the rules and then get mad when you got to obey the rules. You set them rules. You wrote them rules. You not from here. America's not your country. A white person has never had the right to tell somebody, go back where you come from. Yet we do that. And that's what wind up happening with Superman. They saw themselves as Kal-El. And as Kaiser Coach Slevin would say, practice cognitive dissonance when it came to him being an immigrant. Or maybe they didn't practice cognitive dissonance when it came to him being an immigrant. Because didn't Kal-El come to Earth and off the rip was the most powerful person on Earth? I say imagery is a lot. But here's the lesson that wasn't learned. See, when Jerry Siegel and Joel Shuster created Kal-El, he is an immigrant. He is faster than a speeding bullet. He is able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Yep, he is. He all that in a bag of chips. What he is not, though, is a ruler. He's not a dictator. Kal-El never came to Earth and made people do what he wanted them to do. A la what James Gunn had in that movie, because that was something we'd never seen before. But Cal, even with that, didn't do that. Cal came and assimilated. Stay right there. That's a big word. Some people can't spell that. Some people don't know what that means. That means you come in somebody else's house and you don't take over. You become a part of the family. You obey the rules in that house. You move like the family moves. In essence, you are the family. You don't make the family do what you do, what you were doing before you got there. No, you do what you change yourself. That's what Clark did. And as an immigrant, that's what folks do. Cal came to Earth, right? He got a human sounding name. That's no different than people coming to America, immigrants, getting an American sounding name. That's what he did. Folks don't like it, but here's the other part. Because you got somebody right now, some dude, I want to say he's on Facebook complaining. He's complaining because people have an issue with the prison that they are trying to build, the holding center. That camp. I don't want to say the other word because I'm Twitter. I'm gonna say YouTube might kick me off. But that camp that they got down there and everything like that, he was talking about that. Basically, that's where they're supposed to be. Well, if that's where they're supposed to be, Luthor is a white collar villain, not blue collar. Not blue collar. But if that's where they're supposed to be because they came across the border, then why aren't we holding those responsible for letting them across the border? Because it wasn't a brown person and it wasn't a black person. Why are we not holding those accountable who hired them? Kid Rock. Kid Rock is a Trump supporter, a MAGA supporter. He ain't brown, he ain't black. But Kid Rock literally shut down his restaurant because he had undocumented immigrants working at his restaurant. The same undocumented immigrants we keep saying stealing and everything like that. I don't know who job they were stealing in. But he had to shut down his restaurant over a busy weekend because he thought ICE was going to come in and raid it. That's fact. You can Google that. You don't see yourself as the immigrant. You see yourself as the overlord. That's what got them triggered. They got way more in common with Lex Luthor than they ever had in common with Cal. Cal is the most powerful person on earth, came in and assimilated. Lex Luthor, while being the most smartest person on earth, wants to take it over, wants to dominate it. And the only reason why he doesn't like Cal is because Cal is different. It don't matter what Cal do, he'll never like it. It don't matter the lives he saves. It doesn't matter the good. It don't matter. There's nothing Kal-El can do for Lex Luthor to ever like him. That sounds a lot like MAGA, don't it? Don't it? There's nothing a brown person can do, any person of color can do for a racist to ever like them. And that's what triggered them. That's what triggered it. Mind you, before we got here as a society, because world history, we took it, right? They wasn't fighting wars based on race. It was either religion or ethnicity. It had nothing to do with the color of your skin. It didn't. It didn't. Cal is more people than Luthor. He jealous. Narcissist. Yep. Luthor is unfettered hubris. That's it. I heard that part of the tweet law of on the earth from helping people to control everyone like a dictator. It didn't faze me. Not at all. What's going on, King Simmy? What's going on? So, to your point, Ashura, folks are mad because Clark has always been their poster boy. But Clark was their poster boy not because of what he stood for. Clark was their poster boy because he was white. That's it. That's it. Clark was their poster boy not because he stood for truth and justice and the American way, this ain't it. This ain't the American way. This somebody warped ass, sick ass vision. So I just want to get that on out there. This ain't the American way. I don't know if we're gonna ever get to the American way, but damn. So yeah, no, they've always stood for what Lex Luthor stood for. Those were the bullies in high school. Or they got bullied and turned into a bully. But those weren't the kids who said, you know what, regardless of whatever happens, I'm gonna do right by my fellow man. That ain't that person. That ain't that person. They wake up mad at you first thing in the damn morning. You still sleep. they mad at you for just simply existing. That's Lex Luthor. He's mad at Kal-El just for simply existing. And if you friends with Kal-El, he ain't got no love for you.
About Lex Luthor and Superman. Kal-El.
I ain't talking to you. Didn't he delete somebody? You just friends with the dude. I'm young. You out of here. Boy, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough. But I don't want to act like that ain't the world we live in, though, right? You don't get mad at me. Here we go. Ahmaud Arbery. Superman. Flying around. How we think that's playing out? What is Kal-El finna do? They running behind, they driving behind Buddy for 4 minutes. What we think Cal finna do? Do we think Cal is just gonna look and go about his business? Or is Cal finna drop down and say, hey, what's good? What's good? Or we caught the dude in the neighborhood. No, Cal ain't finna let it fly like that, pun intended. Okay, George Floyd. What Cal finna do? See, Lex would have did what they did to Ahmaud Arbery and justified it. Because Lex do stuff like that and justify it. Lex would have did what they did to George Floyd and justified it. Lex would have got rid of video footage and everything. Nerf would have deleted folks that was too close. Because that's what Lex do. What would Kal-El have done though? Kal-El see a big crowd, 4 police officers, and 1 person. Cal would have came down. Hey, what's good? What's going on? Look like you hurt. You don't want to get up off her? Yeah, that's what Cal would do. We know that because we've been reading Cal since we knew how to read. Ain't but 1 person acting shady in that situation. It's Luthor. Well, that's what got them mad. They realized they got way more in common with the bald head dude than they do with the big blue Boy Scout. Yeah, and that's messing with them because that's been their hero all their life. Far as they was concerned, they was the strongest. No, this your dude over here. This always been your dude over here. Dean Cain can't come back and play Clark Kent. He can come back and play Lex. He can come back and play a clone, bizarro version of Clark, but he can't come back. I mean, he could have gone full Justice Lord. Yep. Hey, Grand Manatara, what's going on? It's not that the current Superman went dark and controlled because of a tweet, but still stayed true to his upbringing. He could have. Yeah, he could have. That scene with Lex and the friend was tough. I didn't think it would have. Yeah. That low key reminded me of when Doom pulled up in Wakanda and tried to delete Queen Mother Ramunda. And Sion stepped in. Well, no Sion there. Yeah. So that's what that is. And honestly, to me, it's a sigh of relief. I'm gonna mention Stephen A. Smith's name. I don't agree with everything he says, but he said something on one episode of Sports Center. I'm glad they revealing themselves. I'm so glad. I ain't even mad. You mad. I ain't got to be mad to cut you off. I don't. We cut off our own and ain't mad. So you cut off. You cut off. And let me just say this. Speaking of cutting off our own, to the brown community, the Latino community. As Shaka Khan once sang, I feel for you. I think I love you. Yeah, I feel for you. I love you. But you just understand, you looking for us to do something right now. We're not doing for those of us that voted for Donald Trump. Yeah. We're not effing with them. They black. We're not effing with them. Let me say it one more time. They black and we not effing with them. What makes you think that we gonna F with you? They black and we not effing with them. Yeah, you got it. Go talk to Jennifer Lopez. Go talk to Joseph. You know, the dude that want to keep stirring up trouble in the rap community and everything. Go talk to them. Me and mine, we chilling. Well, actually, I like what the young lady said. We're not chilling. We planning. We communicating. Right. We plotting. Right. We praying. Right. Because you got to have some work to go along with that faith. That's what we got going on and everything. Like, try it. Yeah. Go get you some incense, one of them candles and everything. got scripture on it and got an image of a figure on it and everything like that. Burn it in the house. Put some salt on the outside of your front door, on the back door. Keep them hanks out of there and everything. Yeah. But us, no, we good. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Dean Cain has nothing to do. Actually, the whole immigration thing was on his TV show. Hey, man, they always, man, Dean better go sit down somewhere. What's going on, K-Civic? Dean Cain ain't no authority on Superman. Dean Cain ain't no authority on human relations. Because while he got so much to say, there's a clip of him out there on Different World where he playing a racist. If I was him, before somebody grab that clip that ain't me and blow it up, right? Before somebody that ain't me, but be quiet. Be quiet. Then let's not forget the fact that a black man is one of the reasons you got a role in a movie. That would be Tyler Perry. So if I was Dean Cain, I would have several tall glasses of STFU, and go somewhere and be quiet. Because you talking like we ain't fed you. That one man, you talking like we ain't fed you, my guy. We didn't fed. We fed you when nobody else was feeding you. So if I was you, I would chill out. Chill out. Yeah. Because you got a paycheck from us. A couple of them. When won't nobody else deal with you. I wonder why. You ain't even get a damn cameo role. Might that be why you upset? Because James Gunn ain't invite you into the movie as a cameo role? Might you feel? Matter of fact, have you ever been in a Superman movie as a cameo role? As a matter of fact, if I go back to the damn CW, did we talk about you? I know we talked about Brandon Root. Yeah, his Superman was there. Tom Weller's Superman was there. The brand new Superman was there. Did we see you? Which is ironic in and of itself, because I seem to remember Wesley Shipp coming back to play his Flash from back in there. We ain't see you. Y'all put it in the comment book. Y'all put comic book section. Y'all put it down in the comment section. Let me know if he showed up in the CW thing. Because I don't think we saw him. I don't think he showed up in. You wasn't in no Final Crisis. We just deleted your Earth order. Boy, that's crazy. It scratched you from Canada, huh? That's what he mad about. Oh, see, Dean Cain needs a seat. Yes, Grand Magistrate through him. What's going on, Flash by Night? Why the eyes? What's going on? K Civic in the building. Jameis, what's going on, Big Jameis? Why you got them eyes? We keep receipts around here. Dean Cain was sipping through STFU Kool-Aid from that. Hey, I don't be knowing why some folk have so much to say. All right, Dave. You don't need to say nothing, because at last I checked, I know somebody snapped on you on an episode of Different World, handcuffed in a make-believe prison and everything like that. What'd you say? You said your grandfather was an immigrant. You said your name was Duke of Dutch, because Wayne told you. You talk about your folks being an immigrant. My folks was born right here, and fought in a damn war, multiple of them. But at the end of the day, you still ain't gonna see me as nothing less than anything else than an N-word. When did that come out? Damn, that was the perfect role for you, one Dean. You said everything you meant everything you said. Dean, you did. You meant everything on my show. My show that encouraged higher learning. My show that encouraged critical thinking. My show that taught me how to deal with ignorant folks like you. Stupid folks like you. Because you ain't ignorant, you know better. Stupid folks like you. You was on my show. I wasn't on yours. I wasn't on yours, big dog. So, I'm just saying, somebody not you might look up that different word clip. I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Hey, I ain't saying I'm just, you know what? Ain't even got to mention my damn name either. Just going on out there and out his ass. Jamel Hill, waiting on you. Wait, Ryan Clark. Lavelle, waiting on you. Nori, sitting right here. Waiting on you. Gil, waiting on you. Stephen A, waiting on you. Say something. Say something. Cat Williams, come on, big dog. I ain't gonna say your name 2 more times because I don't even want that smoke. But I know if you get him, he got it. That's looking Dean Cain talking about Superman is woke. The only thing woke about Superman is your ass wasn't in it. Yeah, I ain't gonna use the N-word because I know that's what Cat would say, but yeah. Cat, go get it. Y'all get it. Clip sitting out there. The clip sit out there. Get him. Tyler Perry, different world, get him. Get him. Get it. Kadeem Hardison, get it. Go. Kadeem Hardison need to do a response video right now. Need to be like, you know what? I knew he actually felt that way when we was rehearsing. Because he got his line. He learned all. He didn't even need to learn his lines. He said, no, I'm going to ad lib it. Hey, I'm working on it. Ryan had to rightfully spin the block on RG3. Different subject, but yeah, absolutely. Dean hates his Japanese father. Probably. You know what? I went put also the streets are saying Dean Cain's family name is Tanaka and he's half Asian but doesn't recognize it. So see. He got issues with himself. He don't like himself. Damn, dog. You don't like yourself? So you saying, far as you concerned, ain't no Asian in you at all. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. In essence, here we go. So you not white, you white adjacent. That's why you going so hard. You know what? Here we go. If he was to love himself more, he wouldn't be conducting himself like that. That's what it is. He don't love himself. That's why it's easy for him to dislike everybody else, because he disliked part of him. And if you can dislike part of you, it's not a stretch for you to dislike somebody else. Damn. That's tough. You don't like your last name Tanaka. Dean Tanaka. Barack Obama, Dean Tanaka. Own it. Yeah. You need to be ashamed of yourself. If you can't tell me your daddy did something to F with you or your mama, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to be ashamed of yourself. I know grandmadam, no hesitation on my part. I just found that I was black, indigenous. Everyone check your genealogy. We might be the only true Americans in the land. Then we should have no guilt about taking it back. I'm gonna get with you on that, grandmadam. I need help with that. I need assistance with that. I need assistance. But no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Nice cat with Ryan had the Dean hate. Yeah. Also, the streets are saying, May make sure I keep up with these notes. So that's what the problem was. He has a Japanese dad, Kamoyo. The people he is cheering over Superman movie are the same BSs who didn't want Steve Young as an Asian century. Yeah. Hey, there we go. My brother in the building. So yeah, that's essentially what it is. Like I said, as far as the movie go, I go as a comic book fan. I'm looking for comic book stuff. I get comic book stuff. I'm good. The movie, by and large, respected the source material. As a comic book fan, that's what I'm looking for. So by and large, it did that. But I went as a comic book fan. But as somebody who is able to see, able to sit back, be open-minded. I understand those who went in and saw something political. But what you saw political has always existed within the Superman mythos. What it is you're now triggered, easily triggered. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the word immigrant is a hot button topic. And it's been a hot button topic ever since early 2024 when we were getting ready to elect the president. So if you were somebody, regardless if you are a comic book fan or not, that voted for Donald Trump, that's your trigger word. Immigrant. Because you have been programmed that anytime somebody says something about an immigrant, it's something bad. There's nothing positive you can say about an immigrant. You want them gone. And the whole time you've been a Superman fan. That's the damnedest of it all. The whole time you've been a Superman fan. So no, you don't want to hear the word immigrant in a Superman movie, but he is an immigrant. See, that's you practicing cognitive dissonance just to be a bigot at the least, a racist at the worst. Kal-El has always been an immigrant. But here's where I'm going to throw the monkey wrench in the plans. As I said to King Cam last night, y'all make sure y'all check out the Ujama podcast from last night. I think it was awesome. I think it was beautiful. Here's the problem. The problem is this. You championed the cause of superhero for I don't know how long, that when it comes to the United States of America, not to be confused with the planet Earth, but when it comes to the United States of America, is an illegal immigrant. Who are his parents? They falsified his birth records so he could get an illegal Social Security card, so he could go to public school illegally, so he could get a job illegally. That remind you of anybody? Because we don't own them jobs like that. And we don't run housing like that. And we ain't stationed at the border like that. So how all this happened? Oh. Because see, Clark Kent, not to be confused with Kal-El, I believe Kal-El is a naturalized citizen of Earth. But see, Kal-El is his real name. Superman is his superhero alias, but he has a human name that was gotten illegally. Go see Smallville. Go see Smallville. There's an episode in Smallville where Clark is wanting to help a Mexican immigrant. Martha is like, no, we need to call the local authorities. And Clark was like, I'm an illegal immigrant. Didn't you and Pa falsify my birth records? Oh, that was different. It's always different. It's always different, ain't it? And you got butt hurt. Well, you're going to be butt hurt on somebody else's time. You're going to be in your feelings on somebody else's time. Don't take the social media saying nothing about woke, because me and mine, we gatekeeping. We're going to check your enabled ass right there. We're going to check your entitled ass right there. Don't come talking about nothing going on in another country that just started in that other country. We've been having these same problems over here in this country forever. And you've been ducking the conversation forever. Well, you don't get to duck and dodge the conversation no more. Not on my watch. I'm not going to beg you to have a conversation. I'm not. We either going to have the conversation or we going to conduct our business accordingly. That's how we going to move. As I said before, and I'm not running away from it. We taking black back in 2025. And if my people need a leader, well, yeah. And no, I'm not going to make you feel better about the atrocities committed in this country. No, what I'm going to do is learn from the Jewish community, and I'm going to treat you just like they treat you. Because see, you respect that type of mentality. You do. So here's what I'm asking me and mine right now. If you're within the vicinity of my voice, Don't use the N word anymore when it comes to addressing your brothers and sisters. Don't. Let's move like how somebody else moved, and let's start holding folks accountable just like other folks hold them accountable, because that's what they fear. That's what they fear. Right now, I like to look at it like this. Folks are on the edge, as in you could easily be pushed over. You got stuff going on right now because you see how a boy F you over. Now you're finding out the way you think ain't the popular way of thinking, even amongst your own. It's not. It's never been. But now, while I'm talking to me and mine, here's what I'm going to say to those that look like that, but aren't stupid like that. Stop giving them a pass. Because that's what you've been doing. You've been giving them a pass because they look like you. They don't give two damns about you. They never did. Stop giving them a pass. That's why that dude is in the office right now, because you gave those who look like you but don't give a damn about you a pass. Stop giving them a pass. That's how they ran up on the Capitol on January 6th, because you gave them a pass. That's how they were able to get out, because you keep giving them a pass because they look. No. Let's go back to what it used to be before Lieberman and Blumenbach opened up their damn mouth, when we didn't care nothing about no skin color. They say the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Well, you know the greatest trick two Germans ever pulled was convincing those who want to be white that they white. You not. They don't care how you look. I'm gonna keep up with these notes and I'm gonna get on up out of here. Carter, Shayera, John, Cal, and Diana need to go see Ice. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Someone joked in the comment section in the video talking about Suits being an illegal immigrant. Wait till they find half the Justice League or League. Yeah, that's it. Ice isn't ready to just, yeah, that's it. Kamoyo, what's going on? My brother's in the building. Flash by Night in the episode. Big up. Smallville actor even asked the same. Yeah, damn sure did. So I don't care if a movie is political. Give me the plot and let's see how it was written. The thing is, if we think about it, how many times when we read a comic book before words like woke and DEI and immigrant were used, did we? But y'all. But yeah, we watched the country invade another country in Young Justice. Did anybody say anything? Or did Young Justice just go in there and handle business? When we read Keith Giffen's first version of the Justice League International, wasn't folks invading other countries and stuff? When we watched, what was it? Not the New 52. What was it? 52. It was a comic book series, 52. Wasn't folks invading Kondak? I mean, don't get pissy now about folks invading stuff. Didn't Atlantis run up on Wakanda? Ain't nobody say nothing, did they? No, it was easy peasy. It was good, huh? Damn it. No, get out your feelings. Get out your feelings, or better yet, adjust your sick ass mindset. Adjust your sick ass mindset. That's what that is. Your mom and daddy was an immigrant. If your mom and daddy wasn't an immigrant, they mom and daddy was an immigrant. If they mom and daddy weren't immigrants, they mom and daddy was immigrant. That's what that is. That's what that is. So stop acting like that. And say, if you are in the vicinity of my voice, let folks know if they call themselves white, they not from here. You know, you not from here. You know, your people that did just as much as everybody else people or less than. You don't own nothing around here. You don't. Your stuff is over there. It's where your stuff over there. Way over there. It ain't here. This is a melting pot. This is the greatest melting pot on earth. That's what this is. This is the land of diversity. That's what this is, America. That's what America is. This ain't just one race. You can go over the water for that. They got that over there. They got some countries over there, white. This ain't it. This is your Neapolitan ice cream right here. This your salad bowl right here. This what we got right here. This your banana split right here. Yeah, this what this is right here. Yeah. This what this is right here. You can get that other stuff. We just ain't got it here. It's not on the menu. It ain't ever been on the menu. It ain't ever been on the menu. Now, I don't want to act like that, but we know the seasoning stuff, raisins and potato salad. I don't want to act like that, but you see what I'm saying? Like, no, stop that. Stop that. Let me see. Kondak was invaded in Black Adam. Yep. Only people scared of Justice League are they foes. That's it. They are Waller Health. Yeah, they are. Didn't buy out the invade Kondak. Yeah. You know what, big bro? I said that last night. I said, now that's the story right there. Either I said that last night, D, or I said that to you Friday. That's the story. That's a nice story. Amanda Waller coming back. And mind you, in the comic book world, it would make all the sense in the world. You can't deport John Jones, but you can deport his human identity. And I could see Amanda Waller, not Clark Kent, you're under arrest. I can see her pulling up on all of them. Yes, Arthur Curry. Arthur Curry and Diana might have diplomatic immunity considering who they are and everything like that. But everybody else, oh yeah, y'all getting locked up. Y'all definitely, you could never, Clark would never be able to live in America again. And if they find out, tie the two together, that Clark Kent is the secret alias of Superman, Amanda would make it so he couldn't even operate within the continental United States of America. That's the story. I'd be there for that. I'm going to check these notes, get on up out of here, bring Waller back 2026. Yeah. D-Real, only Luther wants to smoke. He got the brain. Yeah. Neapolitan is my ancestry. No one was more shocked than me. Ooh, come on, somebody. Come on. So, bringing it back to what it was, the topic, subject matter, point of the video. If you went to go see a superhero movie, you got a superhero movie. That's what it was. Could the superhero movie have been better? Yeah, it could have been better. If you got triggered because there's something wrong with you. You don't want to admit it. You got triggered because in this movie, you found out you're not the hero you thought you were. You're the villain. Well, if you dislike somebody you never met just because they're different than you, then you are a villain. It's just that simple. You are a villain. And you've always been one. You've just been walking around with daisy colored glasses on. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm out. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate this. We wanted to pull up, get this live out. Shout out to my brother and everything like that. If you plan on going to go see Superman, go check it out. Go check it out. Edie Gathigi does an excellent job in regards to Mr. Terrific. When it comes to how Mr. Terrific talks, you might feel some type of way about that. What I would say is this: that's fair. That's fair. Doesn't mean he's gonna talk like that the next time we see him. So, like I said, that's the thing that I love more than anything else about this movie. There is room for growth. There's room for growth. No differently than there was room for growth in Captain America, the First Avenger, room for growth in the first Thor movie, room for growth in the first Avenger movie, right? And as long as they keep growing, right, as fans, comic book fans, That's all we can ask for. So till next time. In the meantime, in between time, hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. If you would like more content like this, y'all have already let me know that's what that is. If you give two hot doggones about me still doing comic book reviews, let me know. I still want to keep us up to date in regards to Black Panther content, older Black Panther stories. So I will be doing that as in bringing to us Black Panther, Most Deadliest Man Alive. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to bring to us the excellent works, writings of one Karama Horn. And I'm thinking of doing a series. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this one. I'm thinking about doing a series because I don't think I finished it yet, but doing videos dedicated to the Black Panthers. And when I say the Black Panthers, those who have been Black Panthers, I don't think knowledge being what it should be, I don't think we know as much about that as we should. And I'm going to talk to my brother Daryl about doing a series of origin stories, origin videos for Black superheroes, because I don't think Riri Williams Ironheart told me everything I needed to know in regards to what our knowledge in regards to those heroes. So let me know. Tell me what your thoughts are. That said, in memory of the late great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman, you see him. Till next time, we can always agree to disagree. That's what adults do, right? I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.